Alright everyone, welcome back to another video. And today in this video, what I have for everyone is my full review of the Treblab X3 Pro truly wireless Bluetooth earbuds. Now I've been using these earbuds for a good amount of time and I feel like I've gathered up all my thoughts and opinions on them, and that's what I'm going to share with everyone today in this full review. So hopefully by the end of this video, you guys and gals know whether or not if these earbuds are worth picking up. That being said, let's do some housekeeping and let's jump directly into the video. So recording the video here today, I am using the primary 12 megapixel camera on the Samsung Galaxy S8 Active. This video is being recorded in 720p at 30 FPS with no external microphone hooked up. So please let me know what you think of the overall video quality as well as what you think of the overall audio quality down below in the comments. As always, all feedback is greatly appreciated. Just keep it respectful, please. And also, if this video piques your interest, all the links to where y'all can pick up these earbuds at some really great prices will be available down below in the video description. So as always, if your interest is piqued, down below in the video description will be like a one-stop shop for you guys and gals, and you should be good to go. And that is also where all of my extended coverage on these earbuds will be. So everything will truly be linked up down below in the video description for you guys and gals if you would like to know more. Alright? And if you enjoy this video and or you find it helpful, please help your boy out by giving the video a thumbs up. That really does help me out. You don't know how much. Also, if you would like to see more content like this, please feel free to hit that subscribe button down below and make sure you click off that notification bell icon right next to it so you guys and gals get notified when I publish new videos. Alright, housekeeping done, let's dive straight in. Now, the first thing I want to talk about with everyone is the overall build quality and design of the earbuds. And I gotta tell y'all, in terms of the overall build quality and design of these earbuds, I feel as though Treblabs have done a great job. Now, in terms of the overall build quality and the build materials, these bad boys are built primarily out of plastic. So you have your soft touch plastic here. Then you have your grippy ruggedized plastic on the ear wing here. And then you got your nice glossy plastic on the back, and y'all can see it is labeled back there as well. So each earbud is individually labeled. And then you have your nice tactile volume buttons right here, as well as your tactile multifunction button right here. So in terms of the overall build quality, I have to say Treblabs have done a top-notch job. And in terms of the overall design, I have to say they have done a top-notch job as well. This design is really, really good. It's very lightweight. It's very comfortable for extended listening sessions. And I've had no issues whatsoever. Alright? So in terms of the build quality and design, those two categories, top-notch job here for these earbuds. Let's keep it moving now. Up next now, let's go over the core features of these earbuds. And I must say, again, when we talk about the core features of these, Treblabs has done a top-notch job. Let's run through it quick, fast, and in a hurry for everyone. Now, core feature number one, these bad boys do feature Bluetooth 5.0 on board, so you can truly live that hashtag wireless lifestyle. They have a standard range of 10 meters or 33 feet. So as long as you're within that designated range, you should be good to go in terms of connectivity on these. Alright? Other than that, they do have an IPX7 waterproofing and sweat resistance rating, so you can fully submerge these. So you could take them in the shower with you, and they should have no problems standing up to the most rigorous or sweaty workouts. I've taken them on a few, and they still look like they're in pristine condition. So I could definitely vouch for the waterproofing on these. Also, to go along with that, these bad boys can be used in independent mode, so one earbud at a time, or in true stereo mode, both earbuds together. And I'm going to show y'all the seamlessness of how these transition between using one to using both a little bit later on in the video. Alright? Other than that, they do have some really good microphone performance on these as well. Now, it didn't specify whether they had 2 microphones, 3 microphones, or what have you. But I can tell y'all, Spoiler, we're going to expand on this a little bit later on. I'm not entirely sure where the microphones are, but the microphone performance on these was top notch and I didn't have any issues. Alright, so that pretty much does it for the overall core features on these. Now let's keep it moving. Up next now, let's talk about the overall sound quality, the volume, and the bass on these. And I would have to say, if there was any weak point to these earbuds, it would have to be these categories. Now, in terms of the overall sound quality, I would say it was really good. It was very crisp and clear throughout, with minimal distortion on the low or the high ends of the volume spectrum. So that was really good. And the overall volume on these is really good as well. It more than gets loud enough for me to drown out my surroundings so I can fully immerse myself in whatever I'm doing with the earbuds, whether it be binge watching my favorite TV shows or listening to one of my favorite artists or one of my favorite playlists on YouTube Music. It's going to work perfectly fine in terms of the volume and the sound quality. Where the weak point comes is in the overall bass with these. Now, in terms of the overall bass, I would have to say that it was just balanced, but it could definitely use a little bit more improvement. Now, me saying that, really, it was just missing a little bit of punch. I really wanted to feel the music. The music felt kind of flat. So, overall, the weak point on these just has to come down to the bass. It does need some improvement. Other than that, all the other aspects in terms of the sound quality and the volume on these was really, really good. So good stuff there. Okay? Now let's keep it moving now. Let's now talk about the overall microphone quality, or i.e. the mic quality or microphone performance. Now, as I alluded to earlier in the core features section, the microphone performance on these was top notch. I did a bunch of different things to test out the microphones on these, and they pulled through without issues. So video calls, regular phone calls, dictating commands to multiple devices. I got a few right here, just to name a few. Alright. Dictating commands to multiple devices, tablets, computers. No problems whatsoever with the microphones on these. And in particular, when we talk about phone calls, callers didn't have any issues hearing me whatsoever. It was very loud, crisp, and clear on my end. And it was very loud, crisp, and clear on their end. And they said they really couldn't distinguish between me using the receiver on my device and the microphones on the earbuds. So that's top-notch praise in my opinion. Okay? So good stuff here when we talk about the overall microphone quality or microphone performance. Let's keep it moving now. Up next now, I just want to briefly run everyone through the overall pairing steps. Then we're going to cover the Bluetooth earbud button controls, and then we're going to keep it moving with this review. So starting off here with the pairing steps, I do have to throw out the usual disclaimer. These steps will work on any device that features Bluetooth connectivity. So mobile phones, tablets, laptops, desktops, you name it. It can, even in some cases, be paired up to your car. The overall steps on how to do that are technically the same. They just look different depending on the OS or platform that you are using. So if you're using an iOS device, the steps are the same. It's just going to look different. If you're using a Windows device, the steps are the same. It's just going to look different. If you're using an Android device, the steps are the same. It's just going to look different. Now, in particular, today in this video, I'm going to demo this for everyone on my Android device. This is my Pixel 2 XL. Sadly, and I know I say this every time, haven't locked down a really good iOS device as of yet. So sadly, I just got to keep demoing for everyone on Android. But as I said, you follow along with these general steps and you should be good to go regardless of what OS or platform you are using. All right? So, that being said, let's get into the pairing steps now. Now, there's two different ways that you can put the earbuds into pairing mode. Way number one is by pressing and holding the power on multifunction button for 2 seconds. They'll power on. Okay, you'll get a nice audible prompt. Then you let go of the power button, wait for about 2 more seconds, and they'll go into pairing mode. Now, when you pair them up, when you turn them on for the first time, they'll automatically pair up to each other, and then they'll go into pairing mode. Now, whichever earbud you power on first, that becomes the master, and the other earbud becomes the slave. But honestly, it makes no difference because the transition or handoff between the two is almost seamless. I'm going to show y'all in a little bit. So, there's two different ways that you can do this. Either with the buttons on the earbuds or using the case. Now, for ease of use, I'm going to go ahead and use the case. Alright? Now, first thing you want to do is just drop them in the case. Now, it's magnetized, so it'll line up. It will drop in on both. Okay? It just lines up, drops in. Make sure they're charging. They are indeed charging right there. Now, when they're charging, you'll see a red LED on the buds. When the buds are fully charged, that red LED will turn a solid blue color for about 3 to 5 seconds and then power off. Okay? You'll only be able to see the status LEDs on the charging case when you initially drop the earbuds in and or when you open and close the earbud case. Okay? Other than that, the only time you'll notice that the earbuds have stopped charging is when you get down to one status LED left on the case. When it's low, it will start flashing. Then when it goes off, it will stop charging your earbuds altogether. Alright? So, we got them ready to pair. So the first thing we want to do is prep our device. So let's turn on our display. Now on Android, you just have to swipe down from your home screen twice to bring up your quick toggles. 1, 2, right there. Then you want to turn on your Bluetooth quick toggle right here, as you can see. So tap it once to turn it on. Give it a few seconds, let it turn on. Then you're going to press and hold to bring you into the Bluetooth subsetting menu. And then up at the top of the subsetting menu, you're going to tap on Pair a New Device. Okay? This is going to put your device into pairing mode and make it so it can scan for nearby Bluetooth devices. Alright, so now your device is prepped. Now let's go ahead and put the earbuds into pairing mode now. Alright, so let's rest this down. Now all we have to do is decide at this point whether we want to use both earbuds together or use one earbud at a time. Now we're going to use both earbuds together, so I'm going to pull them both out. They're going to power on. They're going to connect to each other. And then you'll see the first device that it detected as coming out will have that red and blue flashing LED, indicating that it is now in pairing mode. And the secondary device will flash blue, just like this. Okay? Now all you have to do, we can close the case now. And back on your device, you just want to tap on any one of these two model numbers right here. So you can see Treblab X3 Pro left and Treblab X3 Pro right. So it really doesn't matter. We're going to tap on the right. Oh, actually, I think the left came out first. So we got to tap on the left. Okay, then we get our pairing prompt dialog box. We're going to tap pair to confirm. And it's going to connect up. And then it's going to want us to connect up the other one as well. So tap pair again to confirm. And it's going to connect up both. And now you can see that it's fully connected to both earbuds. And you can see the battery percentage on the earbuds in your Bluetooth subsettings menu. And if we go home, you swipe down again 2 times. Underneath your Bluetooth quick toggle, you can see the connected device and its battery percentage yet again. So really good stuff there. And that essentially takes you through the pairing steps on your X3 Pro Bluetooth earbuds. Now, let me show y'all the seamlessness at which you can transition between using one earbud to using both earbuds together. So I have some music pulled up here. We're just going to let it play. Let me turn down the volume so we don't get any copyright infringement. Don't want any issues like that. So let's restart the music here and let it play. All right. So right now, it's playing the music through both earbuds, all right? And you can see, you'll constantly, every few seconds, see a flashing blue LED. This indicates that you have a steady Bluetooth connection, right? And it's playing through both the earbuds now. Now, let's say I was doing something around the house, and now I want to get ready to go for a run. and I want to use one earbud at a time, because when I go for a run, I typically leave the ear in that's away from the street, and the ear that's facing the street, I take that earbud out. So all we have to do, let's say that was the left earbud, for instance. We just have to open up the case, drop the left earbud in the case. It's going to disconnect, and you can see it slightly pauses the music. But all I have to do to start playing the music again is just tap play, and you can see the music keeps playing. Just that easy. So a little bit of a disconnect as you transition between using one to using both, but it is very seamless. Okay? It took what? Fraction of a second there. Okay? And so you can see now it's just coming through the one earbud. And if I swipe down here, you can see that only the one earbud is showing up now. Just the right earbud. Right? Now, let's say I want to go back to using both of them together. Take the left earbud back out. It's going to flash. It's going to reconnect. And it's going to keep playing the music. So y'all see how easy that was? Very seamless, very straightforward, and the music is still playing. Now I could also do the same thing with the right. So let's say I wanted to put the right back in the case. Drop that in. It's going to pause for a second. And then all we have to do is tap it again to restart it. Okay, took a second to connect there. Hold on. Okay, so it should be connected now. All right, there you go. And there it is. So there is a little bit of a disconnect there. It does take an extra second to transition between using one earbud or the other. But you can see, once again, if I want to go back to stereo, take the right out. It's going to flash. It's going to reconnect. And you can see now it's going to keep playing the music. So there is a slight break in the connection if you're transitioning between using one earbud or using the other. But if you're transitioning from using one to using both together, it is very seamless. So the overall seamlessness of the earbuds is actually pretty good. It's not as good as it can be, but it is pretty good. All right. So this goes over the overall Bluetooth earbud pairing steps and the seamlessness of the transition between connecting one earbud to connecting both. All right. So now what I want to do for everyone is I've already previously recorded a Bluetooth earbud button control clip, and I'm going to insert that into the video now. And then I'm going to come back and we're going to continue on with the rest of the review. So I hope y'all enjoy this real quick clip, and I hope y'all find it helpful, and I will be right back. All right, welcome back everyone. And in this portion of the video, I just wanted to take everyone through the Bluetooth earbud button controls for the Treblab X3 Pro truly wireless Bluetooth earbuds. So in this portion of the video, I'm going to take you through all the functionality and button controls of the earbuds, and you should be good to go after this section. So without further ado, let's dive into the video. So as you can see, I do have the earbuds in my ears, as you can see right there, and I do have it already connected up to my device, as you can see right there as well. And now the first thing I want to go over with everyone is the music controls. And I gotta say, in terms of the features of the earbuds, these are feature packed. Now, to go over the music controls, we do need to actively have music playing. So let me go ahead and start the music here. And you can see the music is playing now. Now, to play or pause the music, it's just one tap on the multifunction button on either earbud. So you can see I could tap the right, it pauses, and now I could tap the left, and it will start playing again. All right? So it's really just that easy. Another thing is, if you want to control the volume of the earbuds, it has a volume slider on either earbud. So you can volume up and volume down depending on which hand you like to use. It really doesn't matter. So I can volume up here. Okay? Or I can volume down here. all with one hand, and that controls both earbuds. Or I can do it with the left if I want. So volume down. Okay. Or volume up. It really makes no difference. Okay. So it's up to you, whichever side you want to use. Now, let's say you want to go to the next track. You just have to press and hold the volume up button on either earbud to go to the next track. So let me show you. And we go to the next track. It's really just that straightforward. And you not only do you get that tactile click and response, but you get a nice little boom in your ear when the feature is activated. So you can see press and hold on the volume up on either earbud to take you to the next track. So let me show you one more time. Next track. And last time, just to show you how easy it is. Just like that, right? Now, let's say you want to go to the previous track or you want to restart a track. Well, that's just press and hold on the volume down button on either earbud. Okay, so let me show you now. So let's restart. And let's go to the previous. Just that easy. Let me show y'all one more time. So let's let the music play for a little bit. Okay, let's restart. And let's go to the previous. Just that easy. One more time, because I want y'all to really see how easy it is. So let's let it play. That's good. Now let's restart. And let's go to the previous. Just that easy, right? Now, the last feature that you have with the earbuds is you can activate your voice assistant. Now, to activate your voice assistant, it's just a double tap on either earbud's multifunction button, and then you can wait for the boom, and then you can dictate your commands or ask your assistant questions. Now, let's try this now. So, double tapping on the right. What's the weather like in Palm Bay today? Get a nice audible feedback. All right. Okay. And you can see now on your newer Android devices, it will pause the music when it gives you your responses. But if I tap out of the assistant field, the music starts playing again. And it does work without the music playing as well. So if I pause this and we double press again, what's the weather like today in Palm Bay? Okay. Okay. All right. And you can see that was with the right, and then we could do the same thing with the left. And because we got that nice tactile response, it's really easy for you to tell what's going on. So let's do it with the left again, and let's ask a different question this time. What's the latest scores from the Giants game? Which I do think we lost that game. Oh, we won. Woo! We won by a touchdown. Okay, yeah, I didn't remember. I didn't watch the whole game. It was a rough week last week. So we won that game. Good stuff. So you can see whether you use the right or the left, it really makes no difference. And it is very straightforward and super convenient with these earbuds, especially because they have the tactile physical controls, which in my opinion makes them really, really good. Anyways, that pretty much does it for this portion of the video. So now I'm going to go ahead and jump back in to the full review. So I'll see you guys on the other side. Peace. Alright everyone, and now we are back in. So I hope that was very quick and concise for y'all. when I do those quick clip videos, I just do the best I can and try not to do too many mistakes because I'm not about heavy editing around here. So let's dive back into the full review now. Let's go. So up next now, the next category that I want to talk about with everyone is the overall Bluetooth range and the overall Bluetooth strength. Now, as I said earlier in the video, this has a standard range of 10 meters or 33 feet. And honestly, the Bluetooth range and strength on these earbuds is top notch in my overall opinion, and I didn't have any issues. As long as I was within that designated range, didn't have any issues whatsoever. So good stuff here when we talk about the overall Bluetooth range and the overall Bluetooth strength. Let's keep it moving now. Up next now, let's talk about the overall durability of these earbuds. Now, durability-wise, thankfully, I have not dropped these on any hard surfaces. But I did accidentally drop them in a bucket of water. So this is where I can indeed vouch yet again that the waterproofing on these is absolutely certified full submersion, because I dropped them into a full bucket of cold water by accident. And I'm like, oh crap, pull it out. And I'm like, okay, the instructions in the user manual say, please make sure it's fully dried before you put it back into the charging case. This way you don't short anything. So you want to make sure the charging pins here are fully dry. And you want to make sure the earbud tips and the inside of the earbuds are fully dried. But I did accidentally drop these into a bucket of water, and they still work and function as if the first day that I took them out of the box. Now, that being said, I haven't dropped them on any hard surfaces, so I've been actually really good with these. So in terms of the overall durability when it comes to drops instead of waterproofing, I can't really vouch for that. But due to the materials on these, they should be able to handle probably a good amount of drops, but you still do want to be careful because all it does really take is one good drop to break the product. But they should be more apt to survive based on the build materials that they're using here, which is again primarily different combinations of soft and texturized plastics. So I do believe, although I haven't actually put it to the test, knock on wood, I do believe the overall durability on these should be really good. But in terms of waterproofing, top-notch marks there, in my opinion. All right? So, moving on, now that we've covered the durability, let's go ahead now and talk about the overall charge times and the overall battery life. And this is where Treblab did a great job, in my opinion. Now, before we can dive into my actual results in terms of the overall charge times and the battery life, we do have to go over the manufacturer's estimates. So let's go ahead and throw that up on the screen real quick, and I'm going to go ahead and tell it to y'all one more time. So, the manufacturer estimated that these earbuds should get you up to 9 hours on a single charge, okay? And an additional 45 hours including the charging case. Now, the earbuds and the case should charge up in about 2 hours, and the charging case should give you an additional 4 charges. And for the most part, I would have to say those numbers, all of them, were spot on the money, give or take a few minutes here and there. So that goes over the manufacturer's estimates. Now let's get into my overall results, talking about the charge times and the overall battery life. Let's talk about the charge times first. Now, charge times wise, charging up the buds took approximately about an hour and 45 minutes to reach a full charge. Now, for reference, when the battery on the buds is low, you'll get about 4 to 5 low battery please charge warnings before they power off. And I would say it spans about 30 seconds to a minute. So you should have ample time to drop these into the charging case to give them a good charge up. All right. So you're going to get about 4 to 5 low battery please charge warnings before they power off. And along with that, that blue flashing LED will turn red when the battery is low on the earbuds. All right. And again, as I said, it will take about 45 minutes to charge up fully, depending on the percentage that you drop them in the case at. So if you do it at that first low battery, please charge warning, it's going to take about an hour and 45 minutes. If you let it drain to completely dead, it might take just about 2 hours. So the manufacturer estimates in terms of charge times, I would have to say is spot on the money. And the same rules apply for the charging case. Now with the charging case, if you catch it with one status LED left, so let's say there's one status LED or one flashing status LED, and you plug it in via the USB Type-C charging port on the back. Really happy to see that. Thank you, Treblab, for including that. All right, if you plug that in and you got that one status LED or that one flashing status LED left, it's going to charge up in about 2 hours, roughly. If you let it drain to completely dead, then it's going to charge up in a little bit over 2 hours. So probably 2 hours, 5 minutes to at most 2 hours and probably 20 minutes. Okay? So roughly that averages out to about 2 hours for both. And I have to say that means that the manufacturer's estimates were spot on the money yet again. Now, jumping over to the overall battery life with the buds, this is where I have to say I was happily surprised, okay? So, the manufacturer estimated 9 hours on a single charge and 45 hours including the charging case. Now, just for reference, okay, I tested these earbuds at 35% volume and 50% volume, okay? And I could tell y'all that I averaged between 9 and 12 hours on a single charge, and I was indeed getting 4 additional charges from the charging case. So if you do the math there, 9 to 12 hours in stereo mode, and then including the charging case, that means I was averaging between 36 and 48 hours, including the charging case, and that's in stereo mode. Now in independent mode, you would just double that. So with the earbuds, that means that I was averaging 18 to 24 hours. And including the charging case, that means I was averaging 72 to 96 hours. All right. Really good overall battery life, in my opinion, with the earbuds. Now, if I had to mention something that needed improvement, the overall charge times of the buds and the case really do need to be averaged out to the same thing, and it does need to be a little bit faster. An hour to an hour and a half. That's the golden mark you're trying to hit, Treblabs. Now, 2 hours is not as bad, especially considering the amount of battery life that you can get out of the buds on a single charge, but I would just like to see it be a little bit faster. Hour, hour and a half, not 2 hours. Okay? But overall, I would have to say the overall battery life and the overall charge times of the buds are really good. Really good indeed. And it more than hits that all-elusive 10-hour plus on a single charge battery life that I've been looking for. So the overall battery life on these is top notch. All right, let's keep it moving now. Let's go. So up next now, I just want to briefly, at this point, summarize the positives and the negatives of the earbuds. Then we're going to get into the final part of the video. We're going to talk about the pricing. I'm going to give y'all my overall final thoughts. And then we're going to talk about recommendations. All right. So let's run through these last two categories quick, fast, and in a hurry. So talking about the positives of the earbuds, I have to say the overall build quality and design on these is top notch. Overall, I have to say the core feature set on these is top notch as well. Also, the microphone performance on these is top notch as well. The charge times for the buds and the case is really good. And the overall battery life for the buds is top notch as well. And I really do like the fact that you can use these in independent mode as well as stereo mode. And the overall Bluetooth range and strength on these is top notch as well. All right. So good stuff there when we talk about the positives. And the last positive on this, sorry, my bad, y'all, is the fact that these are available for a really good price, especially if you catch them on sale. Alright, but we're going to talk about the pricing in a little bit here. Now, talking about the negatives is pretty much just my usual gripes when we talk about negatives, and that just comes down to personal preference. So some of y'all may be okay with not having these, but to me, if you include these features which are not here on these, that would make these a truly wireless experience. So, negative number 1, no wireless charging built into the charging case. So at some point down the line, you will have to fight with the charging cable to make sure the charging case is fully charged. Now, it's a little bit alleviated because it's using USB Type-C, and USB Type-C is reversible, and it does give you that faster charge, but wireless charging integrated into the charging case would have truly made this a truly wireless experience. Thus, because it doesn't have that, it is not a truly wireless experience. Alright? Now, negative number 2, it's using the built-in status LEDs. Okay? I'm not a fan of the built-in status LEDs because number 1, it doesn't give you any indication of how much charge is left on the buds, and number 2, it doesn't really give you that much of an indication as to how much charge is left on the case. I mean, you really have to guesstimate here. So what do we have? What do we have? 5? 4. So 4 means 100%, 2 means 50%, 1 means what? 25% or 0, and flashing would mean what? About 10% left. It really does take a lot of guesstimation, and I'm not a fan of that. So I kind of wish that these included a built-in LED percentage readout display to let you know how much charge is left on the buds when they're installed, and let you know how much charge is left on the case before it reaches a full charge. So that's negative number 2. It's missing that built-in status LED readout display. Alright? And honestly, y'all, that about does it in terms of the negatives, man. Yeah. And the overall bass needs to be improved, and the handoff between using one earbud at a time needs to be improved. So the connectivity or handoff speed needs to be improved, and the overall bass of the earbuds needs to be improved. So altogether, when we talk about negatives, again, let me reiterate, no wireless charging built into the charging case, okay? No built-in LED readout percentage display. The bass needs to be improved, and the handoff between using one earbud at a time needs to be improved. That's pretty much all of the negatives that I've come across in my time with these earbuds. Now, once again, as I always do, I have a full list of the positives and the negatives of the earbuds thrown up in post, and I am not perfect, and I don't claim to be, so if there's a positive and or a negative that I forgot to mention and you come across it in your time with your buds, please leave that feedback down below in the comments. All feedback, as always, is greatly appreciated. Just keep it respectful, please. But I'll have that full list of the positives and the negatives thrown up in post, so please feel free to pause the video whenever you see the list that you're more interested in if you would like to know more. Okay? But that essentially goes over all the positives, and that goes over all the negatives. And in my opinion, the positives of these earbuds vastly outweigh the negatives. Okay? Now, moving on now, let's talk about the final part of this video. Let's talk pricing, overall availability, final thoughts, and recommendation time. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I do have to let everyone know, as I did in the unboxing, these bad boys came into the channel via the Amazon Vine program. So by the time y'all see this, the full written review will be live on Amazon, okay? So what does that mean when you're part of the Amazon Vine program? Amazon sends you stuff out for review, and all you have to do is write up and publish your written review on Amazon, and then the products are yours to keep, okay? So, that being said, I didn't actually pay up front for these, But I did do my due diligence and scour the web, and I did find these earbuds ranging in price from $60 to $80, okay? And at that price, you guys and gals, if you are wondering if I can recommend that you go out there and pick these up, I would have to say yes. Especially if you're in the market for a relatively good pair of workout earbuds, you really can't go wrong with these, okay? So once again, can I recommend that everyone go out there and pick these up? I would have to say yes. Yes, indeed. All right, so that pretty much does it for this full review. I hope everyone is having a great day. I hope everyone is staying safe out there, and I will catch everyone in my next video. We are out of here. Have a good one, everybody. Peace.